That's right. Even on a memorabilia only video, you still gotta see my face. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Lombardi Time Brews. I am your host, John Del Rey. Today's episode is all about memorabilia. That's right. Every Saturday from here on out, we're going to be doing a memorabilia-focused video. Sorry for my voice still being kind of screwed up. I'm still getting over this cold that has been bugging me all week. You know what you could do me as a favor? Hit like, share, subscribe in this video, and I'll start to feel better. Hey, today I'm going to be going through a number of my favorite cards from my personal collection. Now, the intention of these memorabilia videos is not just for me to show my stuff. And like I said the other day, I know there's going to be people that are going to watch this and be like, well, he doesn't have anything great, or his stuff sucks, or his corner on his car is bad. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I get it. That's the way some collectors are. But beyond that, beyond those people, there's this whole wonderful community of people who just want to have stuff to show off their fandom. And that's the really cool thing about collecting, is no matter your income, no matter what, no matter your age, it's something that you can get into, something that you can share with others. And I'm really proud tonight to show you the first steps to showing off my collection, the first itty bitty little step to showing off my collection. It's going to be my 4 favorite cards, my booklet, my favorite booklet card, that's right, and then a whole set that I'm working on. I have a few hundred cards, all autographed in my collection. I've got a number of baubles, and then I also collect mini helmets for players who are in my personal Packer Hall of Fame, which currently is at about 120 players, much to the dismay of my partner. So, going through this, understand that this is just the beginning of me showing off my stuff. I would love it if you have stuff to drop it in the comments, talk about it, shoot me a message, because part of the intention of this video is eventually, and I've talked to a couple collectors already, but we're going to start doing videos at other locations, interviewing them about their collection, talking about how they got into collecting, etc. So before we dive into my personal cards, I just want to give you a heads up about 2 signings that have got announced relatively recently that you can attend if you're in the Green Bay area or if you happen to be over these dates. On October 15th, Lazard is doing a public autograph signing at D2 Sports Pub. There is a fee associated with the signing. I will put the link to the information in the bio to this video. Same thing, November 12th, again at D2 Sports Pub, Aaron Jones is going to be doing a signing. Again, I'll put the info down below. So just wanted to give you a heads up about those 2. And then in addition, a little known thing that frankly, the Green Bay Packers, that century-old football team, with like a gazillion dollars behind their marketing department, doesn't do a good enough job of advertising at all. Every home game, they've been doing this for a few years, but every home game this year, there are a couple of alumni who attend. Now, they're not always the biggest names alumni, but still. During the game, one of them's at the club level, one's in the Legends section. It's always 2 guys, and they do free autographs before the game, or I think sometimes I've even heard during the game. But in addition to that, on the Saturdays before the home game, they do free autograph signings in Lambeau's atrium. Yeah, at 11 a.m. on the Saturday before a home game. So home game weekend, 11 a.m. on the Saturday, there are going to be 2 dudes just chilling there. 2 Packers doing free autographs. The first ones up this season were Jerry Ellis. We got Don Barclay, Devon House, all within the first few weeks of the season. And like I said, these may not be the biggest name Packers, but for you collectors out there who are looking to fill in gaps, I mean, how often does Don Barclay do an autograph signing? Not very often, right? But if you need him on a completionist type piece where you're looking for a whole roster, this is it. This is your chance. Later up, coming up this season, we've got your Michael Finley, Javon Walker, some of the guys who are kind of tough to get because they don't do signings. So I'm going to put the link in the bio to this video on the Packers website as well. They don't list these Saturday Atrium signings on the website anywhere for reasons I'll never understand. But what you can do is you can look at this events page, and then whatever players are there on a given weekend, it says that they're going to be in the club level for the game, whatever. Those are the guys who are going to be there 11 a.m. on Saturday doing the signings. So just wanted to give you a heads up about all those things. Let's dive into some cards. First up, this is actually a rainbow I'm working on, the very first rainbow that I've ever attempted to complete, and I'm getting so close. But here is Rashawn Gary. His Rookie Select series. I absolutely love this series. Don't worry, it scratches on the case. This one is the Gold Select Auto out of 10. When I said I'm coming so close, it's because I only need 2 more. I need the of 5, which is green, and the black 1 of 1. Yeah, I know. Chances aren't great, but I am going to continue on the search. And please, if you know anything about this, let me know. But I love the way that this one shines. Love Rashawn Gary as a player. I have not been quiet about that. Love this card. Moving on to the next one. This one is another current player. Comes from Immaculate Cleat Impressions, actually, from 2021. Aaron Jones. These cleat impression cards are really unique. I think this one is really, really well done. Capturing his Alex's Lemonade Stand. Cleats there. This one's numbered up 25, another on-card auto, but from 2021 Immaculate. Love this card. The mini helmet that I have for Aaron Jones is a Stand Up to Cancer custom mini helmet, which I'll be showing you in a future video, which goes along with the colors of these cleats just perfect. Absolutely amazing card. Love this one. 2021 Immaculate Aaron Jones. Getting on to a, not vintage card, but 2 vintage players now. This one being Jerry Kramer. Now, this was not a pack-pulled autograph. This is one that he signed after the fact. But, you know, man, I miss Upper Deck. I really do. I miss Upper Deck. I think a lot of the craftsmanship that they had in their cards was just better than a lot of what Panini does. I love this Masterpieces set specifically, but looking at this one, I did not have this autographed, someone else did. The card is in no means in perfect shape, but boy, talk about an iconic image in football history, and then to have it signed over the top with gold. I saw this card, I got this one on eBay a while back. I have no doubts about this signature. Everything is spot on for Kramer. But just the way that this one was done, I fell in love with it and bought it immediately. But the gold over the top was totally the right color choice. How he signed just across the whole middle and yet didn't totally go over the faces. Just perfect. A perfect capture with an autograph of one of the most iconic images in football history. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card. Next, we're actually going True Blue Vintage, my favorite of the 1960s tops. Yeah, 1962 tops, Bart Starr signed short print. 62 tops is my favorite of the 1960s tops. I just love the look of them, the aesthetic with the black outlines, red square in the corner, and then you got the black and white. Everything about this card just screams 60s to me. And yeah, of course, the card itself does have some edging issues, as you can see. But here we've got it slabbed by Beckett. It also is not the best signature, as you can tell. The Star Auto, the marker was not exactly full when he signed this card. But still, you can see that signature perfectly clear on there. Turning it over to the back, the coloring on the back is quite good. You can make out everything perfectly legibly. Even the trivia question, what team has thrown the most touchdown passes in a season? The answer, 1961 Eagles with 34 touchdowns. And now you know. 34 touchdowns. Imagine that as a record. But Bart Starr signed 1962 Topps, my favorite of the 1960s Topps, and of course the favorite player from that era too. One of my absolute favorites, Bart Starr, 62 Topps. And now for the booklet. This booklet is perhaps my favorite single card in my entire collection. I once saw one of these a few years ago and passed on it because of the price, and I hated myself. So when I saw another one of these come up, I paid more than I was proud of, but I had to get this card. The booklet. Jair Alexander. Signed right there. 3 colors on the patch. Yeah. Limited draft night booklet. I think this is just such an incredibly unique card. A really, really good one. These are numbered. This particular one is numbered out of 55. Of course, it's 2018 for his rookie year, and actually what it says right there, the enclosed jersey presented to Jair Alexander on stage at the 2018 NFL Draft and autograph are guaranteed by Panini. Love this card. Probably my favorite card in the entire collection. Not necessarily because of the player. I mean, obviously I love Jair, but to know that this is part of this jersey. You know, none of the confusion about player worn, game worn. If it was game worn, was it game worn by him? Was it event worn? What game was this in? Was it a preseason game that he didn't actually? All that bullcrap. Gone. You know it was a piece of this jersey right here in the picture. It's just a really cool aesthetic card. I love that I got one of the 3 color ones. There's a number of them out there that unfortunately, took from the green or just have a little bit of white. But to have the 3 color one, I'm incredibly lucky. Love this card. Probably my favorite card in the collection. And again, not in absolutely perfect shape, but that doesn't necessarily matter completely to me. Just wanted this card. So went out, got this card. Oh, don't mind the piano strings. Yeah, in case you were wondering, the backdrop to my pod every day, here I'll zoom you out a little bit. It's kind of a mess, but it was a piano. Like, this used to be a piano. Hey, Bart. This used to be a piano that I'll give you more of a full walkthrough when it's actually tidy. Used to be a piano that a friend and I completely stripped out the keyboard and have converted the top, and this is now my desk. Like, this is my desk. So this is where the podcast happens from every day. Up above the piano, you may recognize some of the stuff. Yeah, and I do collect Milwaukee Brave stuff. Yeah, look at that. Team signed 1957. Got Euchre Yount up there on my baubles, the 66 Danbury. So just a little bit about my setup. But yeah, this is a converted piano that eventually became my desk. So, veering into my favorite set now. And I have a number of these cards, not quite a complete set. I'm still working on completing it, but wanted to show it to you, wanted to show you my version because there are different versions of these cards out there. And it just so happens to be the 2011 Leaf Lombardi Set. So the 2011 Vince Lombardi Legacy Set put out by Leaf. There are, I believe it's 18 cards in the total set from players, both opponents and players who played for Lombardi. And each one has on it a special message. And you'll see as I get there, there's a few different color variations too. And of course, that's how they numbered it down. The blue happens to be unnumbered. These are the most frequent. But I'm going to take you through each player that I have, the phrase that's on the card. And then, of course, if you have any leads as to any of the ones that are missing, please tell me. Just like the Rashawn Gary 5 and 1, these are things that I'm actively looking for and hoping to buy. So please, I know there's a couple on eBay, a little bit more than I want to pay right now, but certainly have my eyes on them. Any leads, I'll take them. So, 2011 Vince Lombardi. This one is from Bob Skoronski, the tackle for the Lombardi era teams. Sure miss you, Coach Lombardi. Bob Skoronski. Then on the back, you've got a little blurb here about the player himself. And then you have received an autographed and inscribed Lombardi insert card. Yeah. My plan for these, once I've acquired all 18 players that wrote cards, is actually to have them professionally framed with an image of Lombardi and a Lombardi signature, and then also 2 of the Lombardi jacket cards that actually come from the same set. I have not acquired any of the jacket cards yet. Those aren't super rare. They do come up, but they do cost a pretty penny when they do come up. So something that I'm working on in the future. Right now I'm focusing on just getting all the player signatures. It doesn't help, quite frankly, that these cards have continued to rise in value. They just keep going up, and I see that for the future too. I don't see these getting cheaper anytime soon. Next one, may he rest in peace, Len Dawson. Super Bowl I was epic. Len Dawson. In the blue ink. Blue ink is what I happen to have the most of, which is of course not a surprise because they're the most common. But there's Len Dawson. Next up, Forrest Gregg. Miss you, coach. Super simple message from Forrest Gregg. Next, Y.A. Tittle, one of the opponents. What a legend. I thought it was very interesting. All the other players, everyone else had no issue kind of writing over Lombardi here. Nope, he didn't. He took top and bottom. What a legend, Y.A. Tittle. That was actually the first one of this set that I got. And then Art Donovan. Coach Lombardi was a football genius. Art Donovan. Moving on to the ones that I've got a few more of, the red ink. These are numbered out of 50. And here you have Zeke Bratkowski. Of course, Bart Starr's long-term backup. Coach Lombardi was the greatest coach I ever met. Zeke Bratkowski, number 12, part of the long lineage of great 12 quarterbacks for the Green Bay Packers. Zeke Bratkowski. Next, another one, Jerry Kramer. The will to win, to excel, these endure. Jerry Kramer. Red ink, love that one. I was very stubborn about which Kramer I was going to have. There's a few out there where he didn't actually fit the whole phrase on the card. I really wanted one that had that full phrase. Willie Davis, numbered out of 50. Coach Lombardi was like a father to me. Willie Davis. Probably my favorite phrase on these cards. There's a couple different players that wrote this exact phrase, was like a father to me. I think it's incredibly meaningful. Shows, even in 2011, we're talking, 40 years after Vince died. Still the imprint that he made on people, for them to still be saying this so long after. Willie Davis. And my last of the Reds, Boyd Dowler. I played on the best team with the best coach, Boyd Dowler. Moving on to the greens, I've only got 2 greens, either ones that are numbered out of 25. Here I'll start you off with Mel Renfro, one of the opponents. Coach Lombardi was the reason the Packers won the Ice Bowl. I mean, Donnie Anderson, Bart Starr, Jerry Kramer, they all might have had something to do with it too, but yeah, you're right. Coach Lombardi was the reason the Packers won the Ice Bowl, Mel Renfro. And the last one, in beautiful penmanship no less, Coach Lombardi was like a father to me. Dave Robinson, numbered out of 25. So, absolutely positively, my favorite set to be working on. Love these cards. Continuing to work on them. So if you've got any leads of any of the players that I didn't have, please let me know. If you know of any of the Rashawn Garys, the 5 and the 1, please let me know. Remember, that's these guys. Woo! But very happy to share just a little bit of my collection with you today. Coming up in future weeks, next week is going to be another card video. Eventually, we're going to make it through my entire collection, and I've already talked to a couple of folks about doing an interview with them on site, getting a tour of their collection, which I'm really, really excited to dive into, and even build a community of collectors here on YouTube. Something that I have not yet found for myself, so we're going to make one. Very, very excited. If you have a great Packer collection and want to reach out to me and talk about it, and you want to reach out or potentially have me interview you, by all means, drop a comment, drop a message, whatever it may be, I will be happy to talk Packer memorabilia with you. So, that's all for tonight. I hope you have an absolutely great day. Coming up Sunday, Packers, Patriots. If you haven't watched my preview matchup video yet, hop on over. Go ahead and do that. That's on the channel as well. But as always, go Pack Go.